noise because I'm using a different microphone this time. And, sort of adjusting it a bit. There. Um, it's the same one that I use for my, Toy Chica voice acting and, hybrid animatronic, most likely Springtrap, because of the seemingly intentional typos of Scott on his update thing. But anyway, enough of that. Now, this is, well, it's not exactly a rant. Um, it's it's a claim and debunk, and it's about basically mostly Millie and Blossomfall. And I'll tell you right now, I have a huge distaste for Blossomfall. And okay, just tell, throwing this out right now, if you're going to comment and defend Blossomfall, just be mature about it. But no matter what anyone says, well, nothing is going to actually change my mind about this particular brat. Oops. I mean cat. No. Okay, so for the first claim and debunk. Claim. Millie spends all her time with Briarlight. Debunk. Millie is seen more times without Briarlight than she is with. And if you think of it, it's instead Jayfeather who spends almost all his time with her. Because, well, she's mostly helping in the nursery after Firestar decided to cruelly give her a warrior name. And, just, I'm not going to get into that. Because, I mean, come on, seriously. Some deathberries would have given a kindness. No, deathberries to end Briarlight's misery and suffering would have made her free and being able to run around in StarClan and yeah, and knowing and having Graystripe and Millie know that their daughter is free and yeah, at least the dying apprentice ceremony. She can still be Briarlight and StarClan, just she well seriously, she can um oh my god. I mean she can just be running around in StarClan. She can still have her warrior named Briarlight. But then again, enough of that. So anyway, also I forgot to say I give credit to the original person. I mean, a lot of ideas came from their blog. It's just being put in my own words mostly, or well, sorta. Anyway, next claim. Millie is neglecting her kits. Debunk. Millie has a good reason to worry more for Briarlight. Because remember, kiddies, she's kinda dying. And she's actually shown obvious concern for Blossomfall when she snapped at her. She was angry because she was worried. One daughter on the deathbed, and another one that gets herself into dangers in the tunnels, having no supervision. Besides Ivy Pool. Come on. If you were the mother or father of Blossomfall, you would be upset as well. Anyway, on to the next one. All Millie does is ignore Blossomfall. Seriously. If her... Never mind. I mean, but Blossomfall has a father, a brother, and a sister that has shown no signs of ignoring her, not to mention her clanmates. But of course, when Bumblestripe glances at Dovewing, having a huge crush on her, Blossomfall goes malicious towards him because Bumblestripe isn't allowed to move on, according to Blossomfall. Because, I mean, Blossomfall wants to be the leader. No, not the leader. The queen of the clans. No, she's like Broken Star. Her weakness is lack of respect. Okay, and anyway, would you be surprised if in The Last Hope, the self-absorbed she-cat kills her entire family because she's deluded herself into thinking she was neglected? Yeah, I wouldn't either. And the next one. For all those people are saying that Blossomfall is just so poor and misunderstood and that you're like him, well, I'm going to tell you this right now. If you're really like Blossomfall, then how come you're not in prison? Or at least, yeah. While the whole Dark Forest thing and Ori's was different, I mean, if your mother snapped at you, um, well, would you join the Dark Forest? No, I mean, would you join a gang of murderers? And but Blossomfall basically embodies a typical preteen/teen stereotype. Hates her family because they don't pay attention to her. A lot of people chose to think, poor, misunderstood Blossomfall, she's like me, and yeah. Wanna know what? Yeah, I see, or at least the person who wrote the blog, another Bella from the whole Twilight Saga thing, also known as another stereotype that curls into a self-absorbed ball for months upon months and ignores the world and what's really important because her boyfriend leaves her and she feels neglected even though nothing's been done to harm her mentally or physically. Yeah, basically yeah, same with mental cuz she has to get over it. And Blossomfall's nice to Dovewing. How's she that bad? Sort of a weird claim thing. I mean, come on. Blossom, well, on it, it sort of seems like an unrelated note for this debunk, but Blossomfall is a gigantic brat to Ivypool. But she turns to Dovewing and is very nice to her and is being a good friend. Does Blossomfall not realize that Dovewing is Ivypool's sister? Oh wait, Dovewing probably doesn't care about Ivypool, and she'd be too embarrassed to tell Blossomfall that Ivypool's her sister. I mean, it's a seem. Come on, it seems as if no cat can give Ivypool a chance because Dovewing is supposedly better at hunting. Come on, do you think she's still that good without using her powers? Little cheater. And in the comments of the blog, they said something about the Omen of Stars being bad. Now, I do have their comment. I will read it. The Errands messed up on the fourth series, giving Dovewing everything they can think of, not letting Ivypool go to any gatherings, creating Blossomfall, giving Dovewing the last moments of the series, and save and and all the credit for saving the clans, when in fact Ivypool should have gotten a lot more credit because she was a spy. Oh my god. Next claim um is another one with Millie and Blossomfall, and it's people are claiming that Millie apparently hates Blossomfall because she snapped at her. Now this sort of goes back to the first one. Anyway, the debunk is, come on. Millie could have lost a kid that day when she was already sick with grief over another. The snapping was completely called for and understandable. Blossomfall, however, decided to take it as Millie expressing hate for her. And again, you wouldn't join a gang of murders if your mother angrily snapped at you out of worry while still being sick with grief of at another sibling or friend or cousin of yours. The next claim is people that are saying Blossomfall is selfless. Debunk? As an apprentice and a young warrior, Blossomfall is haughty, full of herself to the point that you could compare her to Berrynose before he lost Honeyfern. Oh my god. Even though I'm sort of meh about Berrynose, he's pretty funny. I mean, yeah. But anyway, the final claim is Blossomfall is truly neglected by Millie, and Aaron's even confirmed it. And come on, only one Aaron said neglect, and she could just mean pay less attention to without exactly neglecting, and it's not abuse. The Millie's kids are adults, and I don't get how it could be child abuse if an adult neglects an adult when that adult should have moved on by now. And anyway, um, don't be giving any excuses for why she's like she is. Wait, I think I wrote that down. I know. Yeah, I don't know why I wrote that down, but if well, just you can, but be shoot, I dropped something, but you can in the comments, but please be mature about it. Just don't be like a member of the Bro Army if you've heard of PewDiePie. Just don't scream at me for it. But anyway, just think of Crooked Star. Crooked Star was completely cast out by his mother as a kid. A kid. Period. And you know how he turned out? Great. There's some points in time when my siblings are sick and hurt, or I mean any of my kin. I mean they could have a broken arm or leg or wrist, and I'm pretty sure that I didn't want to kill anyone or join an army of obviously evil people to exact revenge. You grow up and you move on. You just don't sit there and angst about it all day. Also, um, oh, I forgot a claim, so this one will be the last one. So, it's Millie's fault for Blossomfall joining the Dark Forest. She said she's in the Dark Forest because she thought she was bad for being jealous. And yeah, in this case, it was. It was bad of her to be jealous because she was acting like such a brat because she wanted the attention. It was Blossomfall's choice to join the Dark Forest, citing that the cats pay more attention to her. But in what kind of way? I am sorry, but I have not seen the cats in the Dark Forest treat her any differently than her clan has. If the gap she's looking to fill is the one that her mother left, then has Hogfrost ever given off a matronly vibe? I don't think so. The only other she-cat noted to occupy the Dark Forest is Mapleshade, and I've not seen her interact with Blossomfall at all. Wait, on that note, think. Blossomfall is the daughter of Graystripe. From birth, she's most likely heard stories from her father about Tigerstar and his evil deeds. Yet, she's chosen to train under him. Wow, what logic she shows. Oh my god. Now, there are a couple other things from the blog that I want to point out. Well, yeah, and originally from the person that doesn't like Blossomfall. I mean, there's been something about this cat that's actually grated on them since Blossomfall became old enough to talk. From the moment she became a tortoiseshell instead of a brown cat, and even when Blossom couldn't speak, she's noted be constantly squeaking obnoxiously. You know, and this sort of sparks a theory of mine. Well, sort of a theory, but well, is um it I mean, Blossomfall could be the youngest kit. In the ultimate guide it stated that Briarlight was the oldest. Yeah. Yeah, it says she's said to be the oldest of Graystripe and Millie's kits and is bold and adventurous like her litter mates as an apprentice. But I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, Blossomfall could be the youngest, which sort of relates to her being an attention. I'm not saying the W word because I'm gonna at least keep this um K10 plus, kids 10 and up. But anyway, um, yeah, a lot of people cite in the instance in which Millie snapped at Blossomfall after she got lost in the tunnels with Ivy Paw as proof that we should feel sympathy for the cat. And yeah, I will link the person's blog in the description. And um and also from the whole comparison with Berry Nose after losing Honeyfern thing. I mean, think after battles. This is coming straight from the blog. After battles, she sees no point in practicing so she can fight even better, only caring about the fact that ThunderClan won the day. And, of course, since her sister became crippled, she's been bitter, jealous, and self absorbed. This adult cat is jealous because her mother is paying more attention to her dying sister than her. How do fans find any sympathy for this brat? I mean, what? I mean, yeah, that's clear stating that Blossomfall wants all the attention. You know, if Blossomfall wants all that attention, you know what she should do? She should just go find a fox and then ask the fox to to cripple her so Millie can pay just as enough attention to Blossomfall as she can Briarlight. That's how I see it. And yet, people choose to stay on Blossomfall's side for reasons unknown. And yeah, this is really all I have for now. And this was literally a 17-minute long claim and debunk about a character that I really despise. So, see you in the next rant.